Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk about security baseline policies, how we can set it up, how we can configure, how we can deploy those policies to group of users, group of devices. And before that, we can also how we can create a brand new policies and what are the context about it, right? So I'm going to give you a context about it as well as how you can prepare those and how we can use those policies effectively, right? And what are the different usage of each of those policies. All right, so let me share my screen quickly here and I can show you how we can do that, right? So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so here I'm in Intune portal, right? And before that, I wanted to give you a bit of context about this, right? So the context would be why we wanted to deploy this policy, right? And what is the security baseline and what it is going to do, right? So security baseline is going to help us to secure Windows devices that we are going to manage through Microsoft Intune, right? And it has capabilities to handle the different configuration profiles, different settings, different features that we can deploy through Intune, right? On top of that, it supports Windows 10 and Windows 11 operating systems. And on Windows 10, there are a certain number of versions that it accepts and supports, which is version number 1809 and later versions. And the versions which are lower than that, it is not going to support, right? So bit about the security baseline, right? So each security baseline policy is a group of pre-configured Windows settings that helps and apply, which helps us to apply and enforce the granular security settings that the relevant security teams as well as recommendations can be applied. Also, we can customize each baseline security policy and deploy it and enforce those settings and values as per our requirement whenever we wanted to do, right? And basis on that, we can make the appropriate baseline security policies, right? And the settings which is going to be added in the baseline are device configuration settings, right? So that's more important to know and understand, which is going to be a basic policy, right? And which is found in the Intune policies across the configuration service providers that we use CSPs, right? And again, there's something which we can always customize and use as per our need across the organization for the Windows 10 and 11 devices, right? And there are different ways, different best practices, different capabilities that we can do, right? So by default, security baseline is configured to meet the best practices and security recommendations from Microsoft side, right? And that is the baseline policy that we can deploy across, even if we don't have the expertise on our side or from within the organization, then also we can rely on that. But definitely there is always an opportunity to improve on that, right? And even if we are new on Intune side or any of the capabilities, that is going to help us to understand and we can cope up easily. And we can push that policy on a group level as well as we can migrate those policies basis on the needs and requirements again, right? So I'm going to show you how we can do that. And before that, it is also necessary that what type of security baseline policies are applied or what are the base capabilities where we can push through, right? So Defender for endpoint baselines are supported on version 24H1 and version 5, version 4, version 3, and version 6 of the operating systems, as well as Defender for endpoint, right? And then Windows 10 and later versions, 23H2, November 2021, December 2022, 2020, and August 2020. These are the different capabilities that we can use or deploy, right? Also, it works on 365 apps on enterprise level, version 2306 Office baseline, which was released on November 2023 and May 2023. So that's the Office baseline. On Edge baseline, there are different versions. So version 117, version 112 and later, version 85 and later, version 80 and later, and version 77 and later, right? And Windows 365 security baseline, it supports version 24H1 and November 2021. So these are the different versions that baseline security policies are supported, and that works easily, right? And there are different ways we can do, and as per our need, definitely we can customize and configure those, right? So yeah, this was the bit of context about it, and I'm going to show you how we can deploy that policy and how we can create a brand new one, right? So let's go ahead into Intune portal here, and I'm going to click on devices. And then once you are here, we need to click on platform, which is Windows, right? Uh, so baseline policy is not here as it's a part of endpoint security, right? So don't go here, or that's the not the correct way. So it's under the endpoint security, and then here you see security baseline. So here we have different security baseline policies, right, which we can apply, and you can see on a different versions, 23H2, 24H1, version 117, version 24H1, and version 2306. So each of these policies are on different platforms or different capabilities. So let's say I wanted to apply on Windows devices or Windows 10 and later, I can simply go ahead and apply this policy, right? So which is pre-configured for us. Also, I can create a brand new one, and I can go ahead and do that, right? So basis on that, I can simply, let's say I wanted to create a one, I would simply go ahead and create. So let's say Windows 10 and later. Baseline, right? And then I'm going to click next here, right? So here, once we are here, we need to configure different set of settings or different configurations that we can do, right? So you can see bunch of settings is a part of this setting, right? And it is again depend on us, depend on our requirement, how we wanted to set and configure and make the right changes, right? So basis on that, let's say I wanted to do a lapse, I can simply come here and enable this one. Let's say I wanted to do this, I can simply go ahead and configure it, and then I can add a scope tags, or maybe I don't need that. I'll click next. I will add either all devices, all users, or any specific group where I wanted to target this policy. So for now, I'm going to put this on all devices and all users. And we have excluded group capability here. We can exclude a specific group as well. And click next. So at the last, we see that this policy is ready for us to create and deploy. So I'm going to click next. And perfect. So here is the policy that is created for me or for us, right? Under the labs, and this is selected, right? And then I can simply go ahead and create one. So this is how we can create different policies out of this list. You can see this policy is created now. And if I refresh, yep, this is here. So also here's the baseline policy, which is for cloud managed PC, which is MDM security baseline, right? And then I can simply go ahead and make the appropriate settings, or I can simply come here and edit or make the appropriate changes as well. So this is the baseline and pre-configured policy, right? And similarly, I can configure all the other different policies and create a brand new one as well, right? And it is totally depend on us. It is totally depend on requirement, and basis on that, we can go ahead and make the appropriate changes and configurations and deploy those, right? So it really doesn't need the expertise level or expert level, but definitely when we wanted to improve on security posture, improve on security baselines, at least we should know what is going to happen, what is needed, what is not needed, and how we can improve on it, right? So yeah, this is what I wanted to show you in this video. Hope you will like it. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Also put any questions or comments in the comment section below if you have any. And yep, make sure to subscribe to the channel and share with your friends, colleagues, and whoever needs to know about this one. And yep, that would be appreciated. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye for now.